Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cutable with Chris. I'm going to be whipping this off today. It's driving me nuts. I can't get a smooch off the missus. It's driving me. It's literally insane, so I've had enough of it. It's done its purpose. I've still got a little bit of a red mark here from the cold sore that I had, which had actually got up my lip a little bit. So, yeah, look, I quite enjoyed it. It is starting to itch a bit now, I have to say. I've just had a shower. It's nice and soft at the moment, so it's not itching quite as much, but I can feel it. It's just getting that bit where the hairs start to curl under and just tuck into the skin. So I'm going to whip it off now. This is going to be a relatively longish shave, because I'm going to be comparing the Gillette Silver Blue, which is here, and the Gillette Nacet, which is here. Someone asked me for a comparison on it. I've never done it before, and obviously they're looking at possibly buying one or the other. I'm not sure. They're both great blades. The Nacet for me is better just in recent memory, and I'm going to be using it in a razor today, which it works very, very well in. So the Gillette Silver Blue's got a lot to live up to in my opinion, or it will have today. Now, one thing I've noticed straight off the bat, Gillette Silver Blue is double wrapped. The Nacet is single wrapped. Now the Nacets do have quite a bit of wax on them, it's quite annoying, but then again, there's nothing I can do about it. Just before I start all the stuff, I'm going to do the Proraso pre-shave, just to soften up this a little bit, and while I'm sorting the razor out and things like that, it will just aid in hopefully giving me a little bit of an easier shave. Now it's not going to match at all. With the soap I'm using today, I put far too much on, Jesus. Hopefully that doesn't affect the soap. See what happens. Very mentholated. I'm getting a good whip of menthol. I might actually give that a bit of a rinse off just before I actually start the shave. Right, so brush for today, or should I say soap for today. Lather Bros, Devil's on the Field, the one and only in the world of this soap. And if you want something to compare it to, think of Barrister Man Petrichor, which smells like dirt and grass and earth and all that sort of thing, with a slightly sweet undertone to it, and I think it could be the pineapple puree that's in here. Not 100% sure, but it's got a slight sweetness to it. It's very, very nice, but it's actually quite refreshing. The wife still eats it, and again, can't please the wife with everything. Manchester United custom brush from Leo Frio over in the States. Beautiful brush, and it's got a 24mm Magard knot. It's the finest knot. I think it is actually a Yahtzee or Yaki knot. He actually contacted me today. Can't remember her name now. Brittany Chi, something like that I think. Asking me if I'd heard about them, and I said yeah. And she'd seen a couple of brushes of mine on Instagram. She was asking if I actually made brushes, which I don't. But I'm very blessed with the brushes that I've got. I've got some beautiful brushes in the den. And she then asked if I was interested in a product, and I was pretty blunt and honest with her that I wasn't. I told her that I buy from small artisans and from all over the world really, but they're generally small family run companies like my own that I don't undercut people. I don't charge a lesser price, I charge what I'm worth. I just find with Yahtzee and Yaki, they seem to be charging way less than what the brushes are really worth. They could actually charge more and still sell them in my opinion. So that's just my take on it. I'm not here to tell people to buy whatever brush. I won't buy the brushes. If they sent me one, I would use it and I would piff it. And it's probably as simple as that. Now don't get me wrong, West Coast shaving brushes that I've got, I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it said that they were a UK artisan that made them, but it could quite possibly be Yahtzee or Yaki or some other brush manufacturer out of China that makes them. At the end of the day, they're putting the prices up, they're inflating them quite considerably, but I'm still giving my money to a company, an American company, a British company, European company, Australian company, that I would rather give my money to than someone that's just undercutting the competition big time. And as much as you need competition, there's competition, and then there's competition to the point that you slam everyone's doors shut and they can't compete with you at all, and I'm not for that at all. Window cleaners over here that compete with our business don't end up doing too well, because even though we're expensive, we still do a superb job. We turn up on time, the customer service is great, we do a great job when we're there, we offer guarantees and warranties and services and all that sort of stuff. And that to me is what you get from a lot of companies out of China. Yeah, the products are great, I can't disagree with them. I've seen photographs, I've used a couple of Yaki brushes along the way, which I no longer own. And yeah, they're alright, they're pretty good, they're well made. I know the knots are great because they're pretty much the same knots that's in all my brushes, all my tuxedo knots and things like that. I'm not sure they're all Yaki or anything like that, but they'll all be made in China, I can guarantee. But very few of them aren't made in China. And it's the same when you look at things like Simpson and all the expensive natural hair knots. Yes, they might be hand tied in the UK or the US, but they're using the same knots that Yahtzee use, Yahtzee or Yaki, whatever you use. And the knot, this is a Yaki knot, I'm pretty certain. The Magard 2 band. I can't argue with it. It is absolutely sublime. This is good. It's my 3-band blonde badger from Morrison Fordham. How good is this silk? Seriously. How good is Lather Brothers formula? It is off the charts. Now I've got 10 days growth, 11 days growth in my beard there, and you can see how chockers it is with lather. It's absolutely tremendous. The menthol from the Proraso feels amazing. Right, I'm going to load the blade up now. So what I'll do is I'll do the Gillette Nacet on this side of my face. I'll do the Gillette Silver Blue on this side. I'm going to use the same razor, so it's going to be a little bit fiddly. So I am going to be switching the blade out because I only own one Rockwell 6C. But we'll get there. And for the sake of science, it shall be done. Plate number 5 today. It seems to be, someone actually mentioned it, I can't remember who it was now, I do apologise, I can't remember. See plate 5 on there, well, I hope you can. To put the water, while I'm just dipped that there, I'm just going to get the other blade out ready to go. So this one comes double wrapped, pop it out of there. Now the great thing with this one is, from memory, there's no gel, there's no wax dots, no there's not. So this one, oh there is wax dots on this as well, but they're more on the side of it, they're not all along this bit. You can probably just see them there and there. So I'll get that out ready to go, and here we go. Rockwell 6C, plate number 5, Gillette Nacet on this side. First pass down on the right side, and it's done a pretty damn good job, really smooth. On the longer hairs, ever so slightly, not tuggy, but you can feel it more because it's not getting as much connection with your skin. You know, it's literally chopping hairs on top of hairs, if that makes sense. Difficult to explain if you've never chopped a beard off that long. Essentially what you would normally do is actually take it down with a trimmer, but I wanted to just highlight how good this razor is as well. Right, left side of my face, I've got the Gillette Silver Blue in here now. Now, plate number 5 on the Rockwell. It's not in your face aggressive, but it is very, very efficient. This is an odd feeling here. It feels almost like this side I'm doing now feels thicker. The blade itself feels thicker than this side. But both very smooth. Not a massive difference in it, I've got to say. It's not huge. The Nacet, just based on that first pass, feels like it's more uniform both sides of the blade. They both feel efficient. Just changing the blades over again. They both feel smooth. They're both very comfortable. I mean, one thing I will say with the Gillette blades is I'm almost at a point sometimes when I use them that it's the same bloody blade half the time. They're just packaged differently and marked up differently, but I do feel a difference in terms of thickness with some of them. The Gillette Silver Blue blade does feel ever so slightly stiffer to bend, suggesting it's maybe just a bit, I mean, we're talking smaller than millimetres, the differences, you know. So it's quite difficult to compare that, but the menthol from that Paraso is phenomenal. Right, ladder number 2. It's literally, as people would describe brushes sometimes, it's like a cloud on your face. It feels incredible. It's got an amazing amount of scrub, but it's not over scrubbing. It doesn't feel like you're ever getting too much, that it's irritating your skin. It's so soft. It's a beautiful backbone. It's dense. The Ladder Brothers soap has just never let me down. It's really that good. It's slick, it's thick, and it does the trick. There you go. Fucking talk some shit. It's amazing the more you actually DE shave, how much less you cut yourself and get those little nicks and stuff like that and little weepers, and you actually end up getting phenomenally close, smooth, comfortable shaves that you enjoy. I think that's one of the biggest things with this style of wet shaving. pretty much anyone can pick it up and do it. It takes a bit longer, no doubt about it. But the enjoyment you get from it, there's no other shaving gets you that enjoyment in my opinion. Obviously straight razors and Givettes, whatever your style is. Yeah, I have to say, there is not a great deal of difference. Yeah, they feel pretty much identical in my opinion. The closeness of shave, the comfortable, the smooth, how sharp it is. They're very efficient blades, Gillette blades. They've got a very thin edge on them. I know they've all got thin edges, but they feel like they've got a, you know, like the difference between, I'm trying to think what sort of knife I could sort of compare it to. I suppose the difference between a broadsword edge and then your samurai sword edge, these are very, very thin. And I find sometimes when I get a blade that's very tuggy or rough, I generally put it down to the fact that the edge on it's probably just too fat, it's too much like that instead of like that. So I like my edges on knives and everything to be like that. That's where the cutting power, the slicing comes from. If it's more like that, I never find a cutting knife, a cutting meat or vegetables or anything any useful to me when the blade edge is like that. I like the blades to be running straight up like that. I hope that makes some sort of sense to you. I'm not fucking praying to the mountains and shit. It's a bank holiday here today as well. Labour Day I think it is, I can't remember. Don't really care. But it's a day off work, full pay. So, can't go wrong with that. The stadium shift that I did work in it, I actually worked for the Ed Sheeran concert. Went very well, and you can't really grumble it. The wage I'm on now is not great, but it works out at about $50 to $60 an hour. Because you're on double time on the weekends, so it's excellent money. Right, back to the Nacet. Actually I should stay with the Gillette Silver Blue, but Nacet from here. God, it's so smooth. It really is. Right, switch the blade back out for pretty much the last time. I'll just finish off with the silver blue, no matter what I sort of end up with. So I know before I even finish this shave that I'm going to tell you that the Gillette Silver Blue and Gillette Nacet are both very, very similar shaves. No matter what one you pick, in my opinion, you're going to get good shaves. You would need to be using awful technique, in my opinion. To get a bad shave from them. And every blade's different. It is the subject to people's skin types and hair types, things like that. Gillette blades generally, I don't see many people that come out and say a Gillette Nacet is a shit blade. Most people, in fact probably all the people I've seen actually that have used them have enjoyed them, so it gives you a bit of a benchmark to work with. I find feathers for some people, a lot of people say they're too rough on that first go, and some people can't use them at all, they're too sharp. Some people say that the Derbies are absolutely beautiful and buttery smooth, but these ones, and people say they're shit as well. The Gillette blades, the Nacets, the Gillette Silver Blues, the 7 o'clock greens, the blacks, they're all, in my opinion, pretty much the best blades on the market. There's not much better that you will take to your face, in my opinion. I haven't had a bad one. Oh, I've had a bad Gillette blade, being the Gillette Go, which was freaking terrible. What a shave. Absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. I cannot shoot this stuff down, it's so good. Silk, the brush, the razor, the pre-shave. I know the balm's great, which I'm about to use. Absolutely tremendous. And I've got my face back. No nicks, no cuts, no weepers. That was a spot. I get so run down, and that's healed up reasonably well, but I keep getting in the same spot. It doesn't heal the same every time, it just gets worse and worse every time. Right, let's do you know what, I'm going to use a little bit of Thea's today. I'll go for a bit of cucumber and melon Humphreys, which looks like that. Now the fact that I've got literally no sting from that, apart from just around my lips where I went against the grain, tells me that I've had a cracking shave, an exceptional shave. I'm a little bit red actually, I caught a bit of sun today, I never put any sunscreen on. Yeah, please shout at me, I know. Baldy bloke, no sunscreen on. Tell me about it. Right, let's get this, well that's dry again, I'm just going to rinse the brush off. And one thing I've noticed with the two-band Yaki brushes, or Yaxi knots, whatever they are, the Magard knots, is that they don't, maybe just my knots, they don't really gel much, you don't get sort of hook tips or anything on them. That may change with use, I don't really know how bad your knots work, if I'm honest, how it actually gets to that point, or whether you're just lucky and you get a knot that just does it after a few uses, or it actually comes with gel tips. I mean, you can see the tips on it are still pretty nice. I always smell my knot afterwards, I don't know what that's all about. Another great thing about it is it never drops any hair. I don't drop hair from it at all. Right, so we started the shave off today with Proraso Green pre-shave. I tell you what, I put too much on, but the menthol through the whole shave was brilliant. Splash of cold water after the pass, and it was ice cold, so really good stuff. I'm not sure it added to the shave itself. Possibly softened the whiskers on here a little bit for the shave, but I don't think it did too much, if I'm honest. Devils on the Field, Manchester United, exclusive, one of a kind for the channel. I'm still blown away by it. I can't believe they made this and sent it over. And the scent on it's brilliant. I love it. I love those dirty, grassy, earthy scents. I think they're great. I find it really unusual and unique to that sort of feel. That's just something you'd never imagine smelling something like that out of a tub that you put on your face and then have a shave with. The brush, Manchester United Leo Frio custom brush, 24mm Magard on Yahtzee nut. Smells great now, it's starting to really break in nice, it's absorbing the scents now. This one does tend to get more use with that soap for the Manchester United ones, and the reason I'm using that is Manchester United are actually playing today in the UK, tomorrow morning over here, because we're 8 hours in front, and I'll probably catch a bit of it when I get up for work in the morning. The razor, Rockwell 6C, white chrome. This one was actually sent out to me from Rockwell after I encountered a few problems with the first one that I received from YV Chapel, who picked it up for me. Sent this over and I haven't had an issue. I haven't looked back. It looks great, feels great in the hands. I love the bit of weight to it. Right, now the Gillette Silver Blue, which is there, and the Gillette Nacet. They're both excellent blades, I have to say. The Gillette Silver Blue, when I do that, feels ever so slightly stiffer, tougher. Oh, you bastard. Sliced finger. Don't do that at home, kids. Yeah, the Gillette Silver Blue fuck's sake, does feel slightly thicker. That's the Nacet. Gillette Silver Blue does feel slightly thicker than the Nacet does, but they're both excellent blades. I cannot talk about them highly enough, and if you said to me tomorrow, look, you've got one choice at one blade, I'd probably pick a Nacet over anything else on the market, in my opinion. And you look at that, I hope you're not squeamish. Fucking bastard. Can't cut my face or cut my finger. That's what you get when you're fucking around with blades. But yeah, so don't do that. It's not a good idea. And don't talk to yourself in the mirror unless you've got a camera as well, unless you're a bit wappy. And what do we finish off with? I've not finished off yet, I'm just going to rinse that off. I'll use some Humphreys Cucumber Melon, which I've put back now. And I'm just going to finish off now with some Devils on the Field aftershave balm. You don't need loads of this stuff because it's thick gear, it really is thick stuff. So and the menthol kick from the Lather Bros, it's brilliant. It's excellent balm. It doesn't take long to absorb into the skin. It's really good stuff. And there we have it. I've really enjoyed that right up till I sliced my finger, and I'm still enjoying it. So Gillette Nacet, Silver Blue, whatever you want, pick one. They'll both give you the same sort of thing. Pick a cheaper one. If I've had to say anything, pick the cheapest one out of two. There'll not be much in price difference, but go for the cheaper one. Why not? Put that extra $1 or $2 into something else. Unless they're both the same price and I'm just talking bullshit. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did. I'm looking forward to getting back into work tomorrow. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.